Hello everyone, welcome to AdiTrade. Today I hope you had a pretty good expiry. It was a trending expiry on the downside. We could have made money in Nifty and Banknifty. What I have opened is the Banknifty chart for 5 minutes. Let's look at the trade possibilities for tomorrow, October 1st, and also the trade review of what happened today. Today we opened a gap down based on SGX Nifty and hovered around the CPR range. Did get a pull until the previous day high and this resistance line that we had a pretty neat sell off from here. The best short trade for today was when kind of this trend line broke over here at about 37,800 put, and the exit was at S1, but I was able to enter only here. Let me just expand the screen. I was able to enter over here once we rejected exactly. We came down. It looked like it's breaking this trend line, right? But waited for a retest. The retest came to the pivot. It beautifully retested the pivot of the CPR. I took a shot here. The confirmation for staying in the trade was this trend line broke again and squared off at about here when the S1 broke and we came close to the previous day low. And this was a good trade. Made about 12k in a short scalp, which is pretty decent. See, this was my plan. I had this in mind. If this trend line breaks, I'll take a trade until S1, and my stop loss was, I shorted at this candle and my stop loss was this pivot. So any candle which would have closed above this, I would have taken my stop loss. Yeah, I went with huge quantity, so in case if it had hit the stop loss, I would have been in loss, but luckily this trend line broke and we hit the previous day low. I just want to play a clip to show that I did have this as part of my plan. In the S1 previous day low. So there are a couple of things. If this trend line breaks, I would take a quick scalp until here, and if this level breaks, we can see further levels. Yeah, as you can see, this is from the 30th September analysis video. I had this plan, so took this trade. See, that's why having a plan is important, right? In trading or in intraday trading, what is plan is just your setup, your levels. Like if this breaks, I'll enter. If this comes back, I'll take a stop loss rather than just trading blindly. Now, coming for the trade possibilities for tomorrow, I've just shifted back to the 15 minutes chart in Banknifty. So I'll get rid of this trend line. It won't help us anymore. I'll keep this trend line, as there could be a possibility where we'll come and retest this trend line. So I'm going to keep this trend line and also mark another trend line from here. So this range is where we have taken resistance even today. See, if you had this trend line mark, ignoring this 15-minute candle, we have taken resistance so many times over here. Let me just turn off the CPR so it will be clear. See, we have taken resistance all along this trend line here, over here multiple times, even yesterday, and even today we took a sell off from here. So this will be a very important trend line. That's why I'm marking it. In case we break out of this, right, sometime later on, tomorrow or next week, we break out of this, probably wait for a retest of this trend line, and then we could see a good move on the upside. I'll just put on the CPR. See, CPR is still showing a bearish scenario, like we have a descending CPR itself, and this level has held so many times. This level of 37,300, we took a support, this 1, 2, and even today we have taken a support there. So tomorrow a good short trade will be if this level breaks. I have it marked. If this breaks, we could see S1, this S1 of CPR. This is also the top of this gap over here, right? The top border of this gap. And if S1 breaks, then definitely S2 is possible, because see, we have no other support in this line apart from this gap. So this gap can be filled, and that is exactly around 37,000. So that is my view for tomorrow, and probably next week. We might see a quick drop until 37,000 before we bounce up, is my view. So I'll be taking a trade based on that. So how will I look for a confirmation is a break of this previous day low and this green line. Then probably S1 is also a target and S2. And any trade on the upside, right, is probably if this trend line breaks comfortably, this black trend line with a 15-minute candle and a good bullish candle. Like a good bullish candle is where a price action like this, right? So you get a good bullish candle on a 15 minutes above this trend line. Probably I look to trade until 37,900 as my first target. So let's see how this goes. And the other based on the CPR logic, if we get a gap down until this S1 or previous day low in this zone between the CPR and here, there's a good chance we might even bounce from S1. This gap might not get filled tomorrow or next week. We might even bounce from here because there is a good support here at 37,200. So this is also a good possibility. So this is our plan for Bank Nifty. Let me just look at the open interest. It's too early to look at the open interest as it's only Thursday, but I'm just taking a chance for next week, 7th October Bank Nifty. See, we have pretty good selling on the call side. So the market looks bearish. We have a good resistance at 38,000 and a good call rating even at 37,500. There's good number of put rating and call rating. As of now, the call rating is more. The green bar is more. And a very good support at 37,000. So for some reason, if we get a dip until 37,000, we can get a good bounce. Even the OI is indicating the same thing. Open interest. See, today we had a good support at 37,500. So roughly around the same area we came and took support. So even this open interest analysis helps us a lot. And since there are almost equal number of call and put, this strike price can swing either way. Tomorrow, based on how we open, we could probably touch 37,000. So this is for Bank Nifty. Let's look at Nifty and then I'll show you something about CPR which is interesting. And coming to Nifty, even Nifty, we had a pretty good sell-off. We did go above the CPR. A good sell was once the CPR broke and this trend line broke. We got a retest over here, right, in this 15-minute candle. A good shot was here until S1 and previous day low. See, even in Nifty for tomorrow, I'm going to make use of this trend line, this black trend line that I'm drawing. See, even in Nifty, similar to Bank Nifty, we have taken resistance almost thrice in this trend line. So if we break out of this trend line, right, it'll be a good break on the upside. I've even shown you on my previous videos why these trend lines are important. So that's a trade possibility in Nifty. If we break out of this black line, we'll probably look to trade until R1 previous day high, and this level is a very good resistance, that is 17,770. So in case we come up, we could take resistance here. If we break this, yeah, the higher levels are marked. And another interesting thing in Nifty is this support has held. I can even put kind of a zone here. This zone has held for almost 3 days, right? This 37,600 level and 1, 2, 3. So in case we break this tomorrow, we can have a good trade on the downside until 37,520 or even S2 of CPR, that is 37,500 is a possibility if this zone breaks tomorrow. Coming to the open interest for Nifty, 7th October. See, there's a very good resistance at 37,700, pretty much what we have seen in the charts. We don't have 37,700 marked. I'm going to mark it here. That will be around this level. So around this region, there is some resistance, 37,730 and 700 based on the open interest. And a good support is at 17,600 and 17,500, which is pretty much same even on the charts around 17,600. There's a good support, and the next support is coming in only at 17,500. So if this 600 is taken out, this zone is taken out, we can see a quick dip until 17,500. I keep mixing up Nifty and Banknifty values. Now, so that's a plan for Nifty and Banknifty for tomorrow. Let's see how tomorrow goes. Today we had a pretty good day. Now coming to the CPR. See, we know based on the CPR values that if we have ascending CPR, the market is bullish. If there's a narrow CPR, there's a possibility of a trend change. That's exactly what happened here, and we started dipping. And even tomorrow we have a descending CPR. This is ascending CPR, narrow CPR, change of trend, descending CPR. This kind of trend, if you do a back testing, you can see it's pretty evident everywhere. Like we have ascending CPR, we have a narrow CPR, then we have a descending CPR. So let's wait for a pretty, what do we say, like a narrow CPR, and then probably we might get a change of trend, but still the market is bearish. It doesn't look all that bullish as of now. See, even the daily candle, how we have closed is a pretty strong bearish candle. So the market is bearish. So this is a plan for tomorrow in Nifty and Banknifty. Let's see if this level of 37,300 holds tomorrow. Coming to the global market, as of now, it's pretty early. It's about only 5 o'clock Indian time. So it's pretty early to look at Dow Jones or SGX Nifty. But as of now, SGX Nifty is showing some recovery. It's showing a gap down of 17 points, but it can quickly change. So we'll have to take a stock of SGX Nifty in the morning. And that's it for today. So please do like this video if you like it, and subscribe to my channel. And there is a detailed video on trading on CPR. Somebody who's new to my channel can go and check this video out, CPR logic for intraday trading. And also please do follow us on our Instagram, Facebook and Twitter accounts. Thank you.